crucial moment in the debate over the crisis at the southern border. President Biden wants more money from Congress to deal with the record number of migrants trying to enter the country. But Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson, who visited the border yesterday, wants a return to Trump-era policies. Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan sat down with the speaker during his visit, and she also spoke to Border Patrol officials. Margaret joins us right now from Eagle Pass, Texas. Margaret, good morning. So what did you learn?
Well, good morning to you, Nate. Border Patrol agents here tell us they barely have the resources to grapple with the challenges at hand. They need more agents to patrol this remote stretch of the U.S.-Mexico border to counter the cartels smuggling in migrants and more consequences for those who cross illegally. It's President Biden who sets border policy, but it is Congress that writes laws and controls the government's purse strings. And there's no agreement on how to solve this national crisis.
The situation here and across the country is truly unconscionable.
House Speaker Mike Johnson and his fellow Republicans watched Venezuelan migrants make it across the Rio Grande and the razor wire set up by Texas law enforcement. The Speaker wants President Biden to adopt some Trump-era policies.
If you don't end catch and release as a policy, if you don't reinstitute remain in Mexico, if you only fix asylum or parole and not these other things, then you don't solve the problem.
Do you believe that more border funding is needed?
I don't believe, our position is.
Because the White House says they want to hire more agents, they want to do all sorts of things, and you are standing in the way in the House.
That's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. They have to solve the crisis here, and throwing more money at the broken system will not do that.
The White House asked Congress for nearly $14 billion to hire immigration judges and agents, fund shelters, and provide surveillance technology. A bipartisan group of senators and the White House are trying to broker a compromise to combine that funding with policy changes. Any deal would be linked to aid for Ukraine, Taiwan, and Israel. But Speaker Johnson is not yet at that table. House Republicans are trying to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary.
I believe Secretary Mayorkas is an abject failure, but it's not because of incompetence. I believe he has done this intentionally. I think these are intentional policy decisions that he's made.
But that doesn't sound very hopeful, given that he is the main White House point person talking to Congress right now.
Secretary
You're going to impeach the
Mayorkas,
guy you need to negotiate with.
Secretary Mayorkas is not a good faith negotiating partner. He is unwilling to enforce existing federal law. Why would we believe that he would do any new provision? He's lied to Congress repeatedly. He's lied to me personally under oath. He stood in front of my committee on multiple occasions and insisted that the border is closed and secure when everyone in America knows it's not true.
The Speaker argues Biden already has power to detain and deport more migrants. Like Stephanie Nicole Cerda, who told CBS that she fled abuse in Honduras.
When President Trump says immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country, is that a statement you agree with?
That's not language I would use, but I understand the urgency of President Trump's admonition. He's been saying this since he ran for president the first time, that we have to secure the border.
Because it sounds hateful.
Well, it's not hateful. What President Trump is trying to advance is his America First priority.
Yesterday, the Justice Department filed suit against the Republican governor of Texas, who wants to use his state law enforcement agents to arrest migrants, even though it is the federal government that regulates immigration. Now, Texas taxpayers have been paying to bus tens of thousands of migrants to Democratic-run cities across the country, a move the governor says is to alleviate pressure on communities like Eagle Pass with its 30,000 residents. Nate?
Margaret, excellent reporting and well done with that sit down. Thank you so much.